What's up, folks? Take two. A little bit of a mea culpa here. You may have seen, I thought this video was already uploaded. I checked it out. It wasn't for me. Got some comments about the food sounds during the draft. Personally, I didn't realize, I truly just didn't realize. I mean, as you saw, or as you will see, hopefully if you stick around, even for the audio for the first game, I noticed that I was finishing my dinner from the stream yesterday. And so I redubbed the audio over that. I didn't realize how bad it was during the draft. I didn't go back and rewatch it. I figured since there was so much eating in that first game, that was where it happened. So my apologies. I appreciate the feedback. I was just so excited of like, this draft was fun. You know, early access day was really fun. Thanks to Wizards for letting me participate. So we'll take a pause here. We'll take a breath. We'll roll through the draft here on 17 lands. And then we'll get you on over to the actual games that we had at the end of our epic 8-hour stream yesterday. So this was around the time where I was like, green is terrible. I'm done playing any green. But what does Gimli do? Not that much. 3 mana, 3/2. Has indestructible as long as 2 or more creatures died under your control this turn. And then whenever another creature you control dies, you put a counter on Gimli. When this ability resolves for the 3rd time this turn, it fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. I don't think that's really ever going to be anything in limited. I'll tell you what is something in limited is Book of Miserable. This card is excellent. 3 mana, amass 1, and then amass 2. And then creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain menace until end of turn. It's a huge beating, a huge beating. The other card that jumps out to me is Gothmog, really good, 4 mana, 3/3. Amass works 1, and creature tokens you control have Death Touch. Nothing in the commons is really speaking to me. I think it comes down to those 2 cards, and I like snapping up the book. So that's what we do. Next up, what do we got? Huge fan of Tale of Tenuvial. I was high on this in the crash course. High on it still. Had a chance to mess with this in black-white. And creature being indestructible for 2 turns is huge. The rebuy creature obviously is great. Once you pick this up, you want the land cyclers. Either the white one or whatever's in your adjacent colors, or maybe you're splashing, etc. The best card in the pack is, luckily for us, I think Smite the Deathless. You could make a case for it being Dunland Creebane. This is the 3 mana 1/1. Amass works 2, but I think Smite gets the job done pretty excellently. And even if it's, slightly close, we're obviously going to have the tiebreaker be a red card here. Well, there's a Denethor, Ruling Steward. Love this card. 3 mana, 2/4. At the beginning of your end step, if a creature died under your control this turn, you make a 1/1 white human soldier creature token, and you can pay 2 to sack another creature to have each opponent lose 1 life, and you gain a life. I love this card. I love black-white as a deck. Thrilled to pick that up here. And we do nothing to speak of with the red cards, and really nothing to speak of, I think, aside from that. That's been my biggest, if we talk about the core set of it all. What I think we mean by core set is, one, is like decks are very streamlined. The archetypes are quite streamlined. There's not a lot of archetype bleed, or, sometimes the color pair does X, sometimes it does Y. And as someone who hasn't really read all the rares yet, I haven't found it to be a particularly bomby format either. A lot of the rares have been like, it's cute. Like they do feel, I guess, maybe a bit more commandery. Not to say that there aren't any bombs, but so you really want to like find that lane and stick to it a little bit. And Denethor is a really awesome example of that. Like, I love black-white, would love to get into it there. Not going to follow it up with any of these black cards or any of these white cards. We're just going to snap up a Ranger's Firebrand. Deal 2 at sorcery speed is not that exciting. The Ring Tempts You tacked on to this is very exciting. So thrilled to see that. I would say with Book, Smite, and Ranger's Firebrand, we're red. And so at this point, I'm thinking, well, are we red, white, splash, black, or are we red, black, splash, white? But I'm definitely going to want to play Denethor. Another Tale of Tenuvial. Probably don't want multiples of these, but could consider, well, maybe this will wheel, maybe the other one will wheel. Even though these have started going, or at least yesterday in the early access event, I want to say these will or whatever, but these rallies were going pretty late, and this card's quite good. This is a real, like, nice glue card in a sense, because, like, it's good in red-black as sacrifice fodder if you end up with some of that stuff. It's good in red-white, obviously, for humans. It's good in red-blue because it's a spell, but it affects the board. Like, this is just a really, really nice card. that slots in a lot of places. So end up taking that. In my mind, a pretty dang late Goblin Fire Leaper. I love this card. 2 mana, 1/1. Has smoke breathing. 1 in a red gets +1/+0 until end of turn. And when it dies, it deals damage equal to its power to target creature an opponent controls. So I'm going to snap that up there. And the red cards, they keep a flowing. Rally at the Hornburg, #2 getting in. I think, what did I end up taking here? I ended up taking Esquire, a card that I had a chance to play with a couple times in black-white, and I think maybe in red-white. This with legendaries, and again, remember that you'll have a legendary if the ring tempts you at all, right? Because that first level will make, anytime you choose a ring bearer, it becomes legendary. This ability only costing 3 is quite good, and especially with a couple rallies already in our pile. I think the best card here is Stern Scolding, but I think the cards that we have are so aggressive that red-blue is probably not going to be the spot we want to be in. We probably just want to be red-white will be the best home for what we're doing with the human aggro life. You could have just taken Quarrel's End, but if we're aggro red, I don't know if a 3 mana 1/1 is what I'm in the market for, so I took the Esquire there. On the wheel, we have 2 options. We have a Rohirrim Lancer, 1 mana 1/1 menace. When it dies, the ring tempts you, and a Battle-Scarred Goblin. Been very impressed. Liked the Goblin, maybe not very impressed, but I've liked the Goblin as much as I thought I would. Just it's really hard to block effectively. Obviously, 1 toughness things can't block it. It trades with 3 toughness things. It's a nice little beater. Pick up a nothing second breakfast, but maybe thinking about, okay, well, we're red-white go wide with all of these rallies. Well, how are we going to take advantage of that with a second breakfast? Take a Rohirrim Lancer. Menace is nice to have when you've got all the go wide stuff. A Flamesmith. That's the thing that pings your opponent when you cast an instant or sorcery. Gimli's Fury, which is whatever, little trick, and a Rohirrim Lancer last pick. So, like I said, we know we're red. We have the Denethor, which we'd like to play. So the question is just, what are we going to do with that red? Well, there's Gandalf the White. 3 white for a 4/5 with flash. You may cast legendary spells and artifact spells as though they had flash. And if a legendary permanent or an artifact entering or leaving the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control, it triggers an additional time, so doubles that. So sort of Elish Norny, Panharmonicon type deal. But there's the Book of Miserable. And I know I'm red, and the second book does a lot for us because what we're looking for, right, with those rallies, with these 1/1 menace creatures, we're looking for these go-wide payoffs, and book is another one of those. Plus, there's a world where I could end up red-black, splash the Denethor. So, let's think about taking the book there to leave us open to that possibility. So I do end up taking the book. Next pick, we've got, in terms of red cards, about another Battle-Scarred Goblin, another Rohirrim Lancer. Again, cards that I expect I can see later. So here's a spot where I'm like, well, what do I take for my red X deck? I might take the Boromir. First line of text here, not very interesting, but a 3 mana 3/3 vigilance that allows you to instant speed, save your team, your creatures gain indestructible, and the ring tempts you. Pretty darn nice. I liked Samwise a lot. I got to play with it in a black-white grindy deck. But I think that's more where it belongs than in this aggressive deck. So Boromir, that is, start to feeling like we're solidifying into red-white. Pick up a second Ranger's Firebrand. That's awesome. Here, not thrilled with these options. I don't love the white cards that we have access to, like Derpy 2-drop, not aggressive 3-drop. Tail isn't aggressive and is double white, which is tough given, where we're at with the red. I think I just take an Improvised Club. Not bad here, right? Deal 4 is good. We've got plenty of sacrifice fodder with our tokens from Rally, with our Rohirrim Lancers, if we want to have the ring tempt us, etc. So 1 Improvised Club seems good. Okay, has another color entered the ring? I think it has. Gandalf the Grey. I don't see any white cards I want. I could think about taking Dunland Creebane here as well, but Gandalf's pretty sweet, especially with all of our, the rallies that are instants or sorceries. You can, get some pretty sweet options of deal 3 damage to each opponent, save Gandalf if you want, tap something to push damage. So I end up taking the Gandalf as a spec there. but it's possible that taking Dunland Creebane was correct. A really interesting pick. Again, like I said, I hadn't read rares. Here's Moria Marauder. Red for a 1/1 with double strike. Whenever a goblin or orc you control deals combat damage to a player, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. So a little bit of card advantage for us. Tough to cast generally, but so heavy red are we that it's not crazy to think about playing this. So I ended up taking it over, Battle-Scarred Goblin or a Gimli's Axe. It's not like we're giving up on much. Being able to play it is another question, but we'll see if that's a possibility. A third Ranger's Firebrand is such a sick pickup. Nothing here. I end up taking Eagles of the North over a second Esquire of the King, really thinking about my mana, like especially with wanting to play this Moria Marauder. I'm really thinking about, okay, well, if I have some white cards in the mix, I still probably want to play something in the 11 mountain range. So this lets me basically thinking about this mostly as a Plane Cycler, but if I do end up, having the white mana, top decking this, it also plays pretty nicely with my go wide theme. So picked up a first Eagle over a second Esquire. Another rally on the wheel here is nice. Just, I guess we're the only red drafter at the table. End up taking Rohirrim Lancer over Battle-Scarred Goblin. Oh no, I took an Esquire here. Really actually I think that I had taken the Relentless Rohirrim, 4 mana, 4/3, but took a second Esquire of the King. Random 2-drop, random 4-drop, and a Gimli's Axe that'll come into play a little later. Horn of Gondor is our rare. 3 mana legendary artifact. When it ETBs, you make a 1/1 white human soldier creature token. That's fine. 3 mana make a 1/1 is obviously not what we want in our aggro deck, but 3 mana tap, create X 1/1 white human soldier creature tokens, where X is the number of humans you control. Well, we got quite a few humans. We've got the Rohirrim Lancers, and we've got the triple rally at Hornburg, which makes 2 humans. So the potential for this to make a ton of 1/1s on our side of the board. So end up taking the Horn of Gondor there. Next up, I think I end up taking Cast, yeah. Grab a Rohirrim Lancer out of a pretty weak pack. Looks like I take Cast into the Fire on the wheel. I remember running one of these. So pretty weak pack, like build the pony isn't what we want, even though I'm thinking that we'll probably be white at this point. Rohirrim Lancer was that number 4. Never thought I would want so many of these, but I don't know. One mana, 1/1 menace. Ring tempts you and it dies. It's all pretty good. So we snap that up. And snap up, hey, if we've got 4 of 1/1 drop, let's get 4 of the other. A 4th Ranger's Firebrand. Let's go. That's pretty excellent. A red rare, but wah. It's for copying spells. Has to be constructed playable, I would assume, maybe. What are we going to take? I guess just another rally at the Hornburg. Let's go. Okay. Should have taken a Relentless Rohirrim at this point, I think. What did I end up grabbing? Dunedain Blade. Yeah. It makes sense. 2 mana, +2/+1, equip 1 to all of our humans, especially on the menaces. The 1 mana, 1/1 menaces. Those are good. 5th rally at the Hornburg here for us. Not much. Dunland Creebane. Could have had a few of those with the if we had gone black. And at this point, I haven't talked about it in a bit, but at this point, I'm really not considering playing Old Denethor, if we even recall that it's in the sideboard. I don't have any fixing for it, right? And we're so aggressive, you don't want to splash in your aggro decks. Don't want to play a grindy card in your aggro decks. Like, just doesn't belong. So we take a Took Reaper. Get a 5th Rohirrim Lancer. Rush the Room, kind of meh. Trick. Get a Cast into the Fire. Not too bad. Deal 1 to each creature or exile target artifact. The artifact clause will come up more than you think. Slip on the Ring, a Gimli's Fury, an Oliphant, and a Friendly Rivalry. So, you saw the thumbnail. You know what we're doing. We're doing mono red. So we ended up going 15 mountains, just almost oops all 1 and 2 drops, which is kind of crazy, right? We got the 5 Lancers, 4 Firebrands, 4 rallies. 5 Lancers, 4 Firebrands, 5 rallies. The Moria Marauder, the Double Book, Gimli's Axe, which you'll see shine at one point here, and the Horn of Gondor, which I wish could have been anything else, but we just didn't have anything really better to play. I could have played the Oleg High Crusher, I guess. It never came up, but this card was just never really anything that we had time for, as you'll see. So I hope you enjoyed the games. Again, thanks for the folks who gave the feedback about the sound in the initial draft, and hope you enjoy the games. All right, so as you can see, I am not YouTube ready here, as I'm deciding to eat dinner and mute myself during this match. So we'll do a little post-production audio here. A pretty sick hand here with triple burn spell, rally at the Hornburg, smite. Just draw another rally off the top. Opponent leads on Mordor Muster, which I wag my finger at because they're already dealing themselves damage. Poor opponent starting at 19 life. Now, Mordor Trebuchet is tough, right? Because a 1/4 I can't really attack through. I'd have to fire off 2 burn spells, except whatever. What is this? Cast into the Fire blows up an artifact, which is excellent. And I think I end up, for mana efficiency, firing off a Ranger's Firebrand here, face. Just start the burn train going and get the Ring Temptation going as well. Ooglook of the Dies to Smite. And attack. Oh, I should attack both here. That's pretty bad. Yeah, I don't know why I care about the Ring Bearer that much. Little resub there. Resub gif. Paying for those diapies. A 4/5 is tough. A 4/5 that is going to make them food is even tougher for me to deal with. So what I can do, I could have just gone face with those also. I can also go face. I think I end up going rally. Oh, and I shouldn't have played that land. That's going to end up biting me here because we draw, yeah, another menace. So I shouldn't have played the 4th land, which is a bummer. And I'm swinging a lot of options there that I could have done, right? I could have just gone like face, and then reassigned the Ring Bearer to my Menace creature because they can't block that because they need 2 things with power 1 or less. But we're getting them low-ish, right? They're at 8. Effectively 6. Getting close. And I mean, again, like, wait, what is the ring at? The ring's at 3 now, right? I should have just done it all. Should have just gone face with the 2. And then that would have dealt them 5 that last turn, and then they'd just be dead. I don't know why I keep not going for it here. I guess I'm worried about them killing my Ring Bearer and then I'm done. But if I reassign it to the Menace creature, then I'm okay. And I'm also now thinking about, do I need to kill one of these things? No, there's some, I mean, whatever. It's day 0, right? So I'm not day 0. I'm at the end of an 8-hour stream. In their upkeep, they end up sacrificing the Amass token so that now the book will give them a 3/3. Mirkwood bats, very scary, especially with the food maker. Haunt of the Dead Marshes, that gives them something that can block. My 1/1 ring bearer. Math time. I'm pretty sure had I just fired off this firebrand and reassigned the ring bearer to the menace creature like 2 turns ago, I could have just won, but I'm gonna be done living in the past for now, as I literally narrate a game from the past. So yeah, I'm definitely just like figuring out math-wise what I can do here. End up killing was it Mar or something, and then reassigning to the menace creature. Attack. Pitch a land. Connect. Oh, okay, I must then only have been at chapter or whatever, level 2. Before, so I couldn't have gotten the ring that high. Because I guess my only ring bearing so far has been from those 3 firebrands. Okay, so they play, was that Gorbog? Which is pretty sick with Mirkwood bats, because if you sack the thing and get a treasure, that's 2 triggers for the bats. It's basically Gorbog's only useful case. It's interesting that for chapter 3 there, they only attack with the 4/3. That's pretty good for me. And I end up holding the rally here because, you know, I want that as a surprise. Like, I don't want them to know that there's more hasty damage coming. Slash, it doesn't do anything at this point. Okay, so they end up not sacrificing anything to Gorbog. They do end up sacrificing the token to the 4/5 to get a food token, which triggers the bats. Book is so close to doing something here. Very close. But I don't think I have 2 turns. So let's see what happens. Pitch a land. I think we do end up playing Book this turn. A nasty end. Sacrifice the 1/1 to draw 2 and then sack a food. Drains with the bats. Just really taking my time on this salad. Okay. Urukai Berserker gives them their first iteration of the ring temptation. So I don't know what we're calling it. Levels, I guess? Kind of intrigued that they're attacking with the 4/5 and not making food. And I think I'm just trying to figure out what I need to do here. Like, what do I need to block? I think I end up just chumping the 4/5. All right, so the opponent, I think, timed out on their turn, but then passed over to our turn and they were back. So we had chapter 2 on the book. Go ahead and play Flamesmith and the rally. They sack their food, which gains 3. We take 1. So we just attack with the menace creature. And basically I just like, as long as the bat hits me, and that's more bodies next turn. As long as the bat is the only thing that hits me, and they only have 1 token enter and that same token leave, I go to 1 and I don't lose. So the 1/1 comes back. They scry bottom, which is good. Did they just send all here? Forget what they do. Yeah, they send all. They leave back the 4/5. Okay, so blocks are 3/3 there, 2/1 there, and then 1/1 there. They can sack something to make a food. Still only puts me to 1. And they will be tapped out, and then my whole team will be, or tapped out of their current board, and then my whole team will have +1/+0 and menace. With how wide this deck gets, the cam position isn't great, but bear with me here. So they end up sacrificing the 1/1. Get a food. Then they can bring back the 1/1 before Gorbag dies, because they have a legendary. Scry bottom. And now they only have 4 mana, so if they want to be able to sack the food as well, they have to not cast anything. And then the sick thing about the Lancer is that we cast that first, and then the rally gives all of our humans haste. So they're cracking their food. We go to 1. They're at 12. But I think we get it. It felt like a pretty unwinnable game once the food generator came into play at 4/5, but looks like we got there. You can see my face going, well, did we? Did we? And we did. All right. Game 1. Oh, Ben rating with a party of 75. Much love, bud. Welcome to our mono red deck. Ooh. Yeah. Please don't kill my Marauder. Gimli. Oh. Doink. What's up, Samweiser? Mono red seems on brand for me. Yeah. It's a classic move. Give me a land. Exiling 2 rallies? That's brutal. That's brutal. Where were you? Right now we're cooking. Rally was tomorrow. Sorry, you got the date wrong. There we go. All right. Yo, what's up, Pack of Pandas? Thank you very much. I am having a good one. Set seems great as long as you avoid green. No one tell Ethan how Ben lost. I'm gonna find out. You might as well tell me. Oh, 1 blue mana. Yeah, that on pain of death. Lol. Have you had the pleasure of playing with this card yet, Ben? It is messed up. Get rid of that. The Book of Mazarbul. It's so good. Also, it turns out this Goblin is really good if your opponent never has creatures in play. So there's no way Horn belongs in this deck, right? It's a Lord off, Lord Rumfish. Always have a Ring Bearer. That's true. I got so much food. Okay, that's too much food. Wow. You love to see it. It's a real hoedown at the Warnberg. That's what they're telling me. I guess blowing up a food is a lava spike here. I joked about that on the podcast, but I might actually do it. Okay. What are you gonna do with that? Diddly-dee-dee-diddly-dee-dee. Isildur! Okay. Wait, oh, I was like, you don't have a legendary. Ooh, hello. I don't know what to do here. So I can kill the 3/2. And then you're my ring bearer. And then attack. Yeah, double. Okay. Bink, bink. Ah, damn, that's crisp. Oh, Bill. So much food. We do be eating though. Okay. Axe is really pulling its weight this game. I gotta figure out how much life they're gaining this game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Eight? They started at 44 life. Ah, the Doge. Sure. One more? You got it. The thing is, though, more than that. And more than that. You still can't block me, right? That's the interesting thing about you making it a 5/5. I'm not. Who, me? I would never. I think they must have Zax. Uh, Green did hurt me a lot. Green is terrible in this format. I'm actually allowed to form opinions about this set after having played it. It's actually legal. All right. This might be one of the best limited decks I've ever drafted. I'm loving it, Sean. Thanks again for the raid earlier. I really appreciate it. Yeah, this is disgusting. Uh-oh, is this the mono red mirror? Oh no. Oh, brutal. Yeah. I don't know. I probably should just do it now, but yeah, it's fine. Oh, and of course I should have not waited because of that exact reason. That's really bad. Oh, it's really bad. Okay. Punting at the end of an 8-hour stream? Couldn't be me. All right, I think we have to go for burning them out. Okay, yep. Okay. This is gonna be 6. No. Ugh. Yeah. I mean, I don't think I when, well, I don't know. Maybe those loots really helped him. All right. All right, here we go. Here we go. Yeah. I think that means you're dead. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Game, right? Oh, definitely game, but yeah. Oof. Double book, but no critters. This could be a bad hand. All right, critters deployed. Hey, what's up? It's Ducks. I just think green's commons are really weak. It doesn't seem to play in any of the space super well. I wonder if this means that they have the sweeper. The one that makes treasures? No, okay, now they've got removal. Oh. So just big yikes. Big yikes energy here. Yeah. 5-1 amoeba. Decided I'm gonna finish it off. Just gonna burn them here, I think. Use my mana. Oh, Shadowfax, show them the meaning of haste. Okay. Black is, I would probably rank the colors right now. Black, red, white, blue, green. This is 8. Really close. Really close. I'm putting to 1, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This card is broken. Okay. You wouldn't be trying to kill little old me now, would you? Whew. Wait, matched up against Isaiah again? All right, that's a good sign to call it. I should have made it a Lancer. That was bad. For Gondor. Okay. Cause they're incentivized to kill my ring bearer, and I want them to. Like if they kill that, then I can just move it somewhere else. Whereas if they kill this, then it sort of ends the train. This might be the most broken limited deck I have ever played. Okay, there we go.